All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about the 135-pound division. And in this video, it is going to be Devin Haney not being willing or not having the cojones to fight Shakur Stevenson at 135, according to Keyshawn Davis, who says we know things. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in a 135-pound division, which has some of the best fighters in all of boxing in the division. We have pound for pound fighters, according to ESPN. We have undisputed champions. We have former unified champions. We have cash cows. We've got Olympic silver medalist, two-time Olympic gold medalist. Pretty much any and every accolade that you could ask for exists in the lightweight division. And hopefully we will be able to get these fights. But according to one silver medalist, Keyshawn Davis, one of those fights are not going to happen because the undisputed champion, Devin Haney, has no interest in fighting Shakur Stevenson because they know things about Devin Haney. And he says he will be shocked if Devin Haney had a pair to fight Shakur Stevenson. Now, this is important stuff for several reasons. Main reason being that it tells you that Devin Haney more than likely is going to go ahead and fight Vasily Lomachenko, because the other options at 135 is pretty much to drop the belt and go to 140. And that scene up at 140 is not the best, but let's talk about it in detail. Before I do, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And thank you to all the longtime subscribers and supporters who support in the live streams and the super chats and in the super thanks of videos like this. But let's get into this, okay? So Devin Haney is the undisputed champion at 135 and is currently negotiating to fight Vasily Lomachenko. There are some holdups in the fight around, according to ESPN's Mike Coppinger, according to ESPN's Tim Bradley, according to what Devin Haney said in the ring to Lomachenko himself, that Devin Haney wants concessions from Vasily Lomachenko before he is willing to make that fight. Now, if Vasily Lomachenko does not make those concessions, what is Devin Haney going to do? Devin Haney is not, according to Keyshawn Davis, who is a former Olympic silver medalist, one of the brightest prospects in the lightweight division, obviously a good close friend with Shakur Stevenson. What he said that will not be is a fight with Shakur Stevenson, because Devin Haney does not have any interest in fighting Shakur Stevenson, at least at 135 pounds, he says. And he said he would be very, very surprised if he actually manned up and defended those titles against Shakur Stevenson. Now, to be fair, Keyshawn Davis said that maybe he will fight. That Devin Haney is very, very big. So maybe he doesn't want to make the weight anymore for Shakur. And, maybe he would fight him at 140, or maybe he would fight him at 147, where he can get to be, where he can come into the ring as big as he can possibly be and not worry about having to weight drain, and then therefore have more of a size advantage over Shakur Stevenson when they fight. But he said, not completely disrespecting Devin Haney or Devin Haney's ability, clearly saying he's a very good fighter, like I think any and everybody should say. But at the same time, not going to do it for his undisputed titles, not going to do it in the weight class that he currently fights in. Now, what does that mean, though? That means that he would duck. No way around that. Now, again, I was never the type of guy to just conveniently throw around the word he's ducking. However, again, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And these are the rules being laid down in the lightweight division. If you do not fight somebody for whatever reason, you have ducked them. So if Devin Haney will not fight Shakur Stevenson, but he's willing to fight Lomachenko, if he won't fight Shakur Stevenson, but he's willing to fight at 135 against Gervonta Davis, or he's willing to fight 135 against anybody that they name to replace Lomachenko if they don't come up with a deal, then that is a duck of Shakur Stevenson. Even if Shakur Stevenson has a fight date scheduled for right before when he fights. Because again, that has never stopped Devin Haney and Devin Haney fans from calling somebody a duck. And yes, I may be being petty. However, I am being very, very consistent with what has been said in the lightweight division, because I would very much like for everybody in the lightweight division to be treated fairly, right? Based on, like, if you are going to claim somebody is doing something that is not right, you should use the same standard of judgment for that person that you use on anybody else. And so this whole idea that people do not have, like, for example, what happened with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, if he says the belts are not important to him, he's fighting to make big money. I'll fight any of you. You guys can keep your belts just as long as you know that I'm the guy who is the cash cow. And that is something Gervonta Davis has earned. He's earned it, right? Just like Devin Haney's earned those belts. He earned it. Right? So since he earned it, then he should get what he earns. Now, the Devin Haney fans, on the other hand, say, well, if Devin Haney wants any concession whatsoever out of Vasily Lomachenko, he deserves it because he earned it. He's the guy that has the belts. Well, when Lomachenko had 3 of the belts, you can say he didn't have 3, he had 2, but whatever. Because I get tired of that argument, even though he won the WBC in the ring and the WBC elevated him, they didn't strip him. They just gave him a new title that they told him was higher than the one he had. But whatever. He earned the right to take a unification fight instead of a non-mandatory voluntary with Devin Haney, right? Or even if you called it a mandatory, he still earned the right to unify with Teofimo Lopez. And people don't care about the fact that Vasily Lomachenko earned the right to do that. Also, you have Shakur Stevenson, who's a top pound for pound fighter, a former champion at 126 pounds, a champion at a unified champion at 130 pounds, and a top ranked guy in every and I believe in most of the sanctioning bodies at 135. He's clearly earned the right to have a fight and to fight for a championship at 135. So it's, even if you were the undisputed champion, that does not mean you're the only, that you get everything and anything and everything you want. You get and nobody else gets anything, right? It's just ridiculous. And nobody makes that argument for Jermell Charlo, that because Jermell Charlo is the undisputed champion, that means if Errol Spence moves up to the weight class, that Jermell Charlo gets to dictate terms to Errol Spence Jr. because Errol Spence wouldn't hold a belt. This stuff is just majorly inconsistent. But if you look at where Devin Haney was when Devin Haney was the number 1 contender in the WBC, and people were saying how he deserved to fight with everybody else. Shakur Stevenson deserves a fight with Devin Haney, right? But of course not, because there's reason why Devin Haney may not want to do it, because he can't make the weight, right? Or it's a hard weight to make. And that would be reasonable in almost every circumstance, other than when the same person that does that doesn't think it's fair for other people. You guys just amaze me with this stuff. But anyway, like I said, man, I have thick skin as regards to you guys complaining about me telling you just what makes sense and what is fair for people. At the end of the day, though, Devin Haney is going to wind up fighting Lomachenko for what Bob Arum offers him. Period. The public negotiations and all of that stuff probably is not going to work too hard with Bob Arum. At least I don't suspect he's going to go to a certain point, and at that point, he's going to say, okay, well, what are we going to do then, right? And then if he does that, who's Devin going to fight? He's not going to fight Gervonta. He's not going to fight Shakur. He's going to probably have to fight another top-ranked fighter. So, anyway, it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.